Well, hang on a second here. We gotta warm our motors up. We can't just go cold. Hi everybody. I'm Kenny Hubbard. Here with Jeff Douty, filling in for the wife with Razor Edge Productions. Doing a live interview here with this guy. We figured out 32 years of racing. Since 1991. What was it like? Your dad raced, right?
Yes.
Your second or third generation racer?
Second that I know of. Just him. I don't think his dad raced, but I know he did for years and years and years.
Well, so take us back. What's that like? Growing up in the junkyard, dad racing?
Dad worked at Harry's Cherries at where the Rhino Tire's at. It was just a gas station. And that's where he worked on the race car, and that's where we were at all the time. Get out of school, walk to the gas station, work on the race car, and then Floyd Olive, he worked there, and went to the races for my whole life. I mean, I don't ever not remember being at the races. It was pretty cool. I mean, most people don't do that, but that's what we did. Then he bought the salvage yard, and then it all changed. So then I wanted to race, you know. So we did, and I told him I wanted to race, and I was still in school, and he's like, if you're gonna race, you're gonna do it, not me. It's you. So. He had built a car for my mom at Camaro, and she blew it up. Only raced it one time, and he's like, "That's gonna be your car." I'm like, "Oh, that'd be cool." A Z28 Camaro, really nice car, built into a race car. So that was how it started, and that's where we went from there.
And this is in '91.
This was in '91, the end of '91, after I graduated high school. Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
So started out in the Z28. Where was you racing?
I raced Adrian and Nevada. A buddy of mine, Kendall Wigger, helped kind of with the car. He built the motor, and me and Dad finished up the car. And Kendall would race at Nevada, and I would race at Adrian.
The same car?
Yep, same exact car. He would run Friday night and Saturday night, or Saturday night and Sunday night. I don't remember which night it was. And he would race one night, and I'd race the other night. So that's how it started.
When's your first feature win come? How deep into racing was you?
Very first race I ever ran, I drew number 1. Started on the pole. About pissed my pants because they flew by me like I was on blocks. But the rest of that year, which was about after graduation, about mid-season or a little after, we didn't win nothing there. And then the next year we put a new skin on the car, and I won my first trophy dash. They had like a trophy dash back then, and I won that. That was my first win in '92. First win in '92. I won there that weekend, went the next weekend in Nevada and won the trophy dash there. And then they won a feature, it was just a trophy dash, but that was a good start.
That was a good start.
Yeah.
So spent a long time racing at Adrian.
Yep, we raced at Adrian as much as it was open. There was a couple of years we wasn't there, but I mean, as long as it was open, we were there. And Nevada was mainly our 2 main tracks until I moved down towards Joplin, and then we raced down there a lot.
Joplin, that's a good haul from up here.
Yeah, but I lived down there for a while.
Oh, okay.
Down by Granby. And
so it made sense to be racing down there.
Yeah, we raced Joplin and North Fork and Salina and all them tracks down there.
That was of course I never seen it. I've seen the old pictures of it, but a lot of people say that was an awesome track.
Oh yeah, very. It was the Lucas Oil back then.
Yeah. What? So you primarily raced street stock for most of your years racing? I
raced street stock until 2005, and I lived down in Joplin, and Jim Body's boy was racing, and he got a new Hoffman car, and he had a dirt works there, and he asked me if we wanted to do something, and I'm like, oh yeah. So we started there, and that was my start on the modifieds. So, and I raced modified for a few years, and then went back to street stock for a couple of years, and then went right back to modified. Until the end of this year, I've been in a modified the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And just a few years ago, you was running a modified and a street stock.
Yeah.
What's
for my aunt.
What's that like, trying to run 2 cars?
It's easy to drive, hard to work on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing to get in from one to another, other than the cars are a little different, but you got to have a lot of help. You know, it was just a couple of us, and it's hard. I mean, it was fun, but it was hard to do.
Yeah,
it
because
was tough.
you've got work going on one car, and you're in the other car and staging or racing.
Yeah, so you had to have somebody that you trusted to help work on your other car if it needed attention or whatever you needed, vice versa on whichever car.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, you got to rely on a lot of people. You got to have, another person haul another car for you, and it's fun, but it's tough.
It does take a team. I've learned that it kind of takes a team. You've got to have guys that are as dedicated as you are, that want to see you in the winning circle, and
for sure.
And it's a family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've all had our goods and bads and our ups and downs, and if you're not mad at somebody, you're not competitive. If somebody's not mad at you, I don't ever try and get mad at anybody on the track, because if you drive pissed off, you usually wreck. You can say, "Oh, I drive better mad." No, you don't. Yeah. You might win, but you still ain't driving better.
Right.
The last year when we ran for the championship, the last night my car broke in hot laps, and I borrowed my son-in-law's car to beat you in points.
Yeah.
And I'd have done it whether it was you or my dad or my mom or whatever.
Right.
And Bob Curbs, the tech man, after the feature, he come up to me, and I got third in the feature and won the points just barely. And he's like, "That's the best race I think I ever seen you race." I'm like, "No, that wasn't. That wasn't even close." He goes, "That's the smoothest I seen you ever race." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I wasn't trying to win it. I was trying to win the championship, and that's not me. I'm there to win every race, every hot lap, every heat race, every pulling the pits faster than everybody, you know what I mean? You're there to win everything."
Right.
And it was just a mindset. I knew the car wasn't 100% where I wanted it. The car was good, but it wasn't my car. Didn't want to wreck my son-in-law's car, because I'd be fixing it,
Right.
And it worked out. I mean, it was a good deal. It sucked that it was me and you. I wish it was me and somebody else, but it's like, I expect you to beat me the way I beat you.
We put on a good show.
We did.
We had, so he's talking about 2022 racing here at Electric City. Jeff and I we was just having fun racing. I mean, Jeff was even making sure that I had what I needed, and coaching me, and all throughout this points battle, and back and forth, first and second, and here he is. I know, at this time he's a 30-year driver, so he's probably thinking, "I wish I could swat this 2-year guy off my ass." Yep. But at the same time, he was helping me get there.
Yeah.
And that's all part of the process.
Yeah.
So this year, you sold your modified.
I did. We had a situation in Butler, and we got asked to set out of here. So we did. I mean, it happens.
Yep.
Unfortunately. But like I said, if you don't happen, you're not competitive. And I made my bet. I lied in it, as they say. Whether it was right or wrong, I don't know. It don't matter.
That being said, gonna be back here at Butler.
Yes,
for
we got to
24.
race. We got to race the last 2 races here this year
for the
we were back here
championship.
for the deal.
Blew the motor, I think.
Yep, blew a motor up, running behind Aaron Poe in the street stock for second, and I was pretty excited.
Running second, and that was so. Back up. Well, you sold your modified this year.
Yes.
Just here 2 months ago.
Yep. Yep.
Well, didn't sell it. You traded for a street stock.
For a street stock. Yeah.
For this new Camaro street stock.
Yep.
And what is it?
It is a Tim Brown built Power-Eye street stock. I bought it from Jesse, or I traded Jesse Sheeran my modified for it, and we wanted to go back full body, I guess. I don't know. Done it a long time. Everybody got down on me for getting in the Midwest mod. I bought the car turnkey. "Oh, you're a better driver." Well, I'm not. I'm just a guy that wants to race, man. I want to win races like you do, like the next guy does. I said, I just want to race. It was a little cheaper. It was turnkey. We did it. Won lots of races. Made friends. I'm sure we made a few enemies. Hurt some feelings. Won a championship. But it was just time. As the motors, and we had motor problems. You were there. You were the first one there to help me on any motor problem we ever had. And it's like, just blow it up, Kenny, unless you borrow it. It's done,
We can't put rings in it from out here.
Yeah, but just the motor rules, and it just was time to do something different. And I think back to the street stocks where we needed to be for a while.
Change of pace.
Yeah, change of pace. The motors opened up a little better, so we can do a little better, a little different stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I think it was just time. We needed to change for a little while.
So you bring the street stock home, and so
we brought 2 street stocks home.
Okay.
My wife bought me a car like 2 weeks before that I told her I wanted. I said, I want this car, I want this car.
Right.
Griped about it, and I'm asking everybody because I'm not a Facebook guy.
No.
Man, check this guy. See if this guy, let me know. I need to know. I want this car.
Right.
Well, they're all like, no, you can't talk to him. He's done sold it. No, he didn't. They were just trying to get it home to me. And it was a Strut Camaro. So we brought it home, and we put it together for the Lehman Special. Knowing that I didn't even have enough lead. I put my 602 crate out and my modified in it. And everybody's like, well, why are you going to race a 2,500 or 2,000 to win race with this car that's not even scaled or nothing? I said, because it's a memorial race. I raced against Carl then.
Right.
This is nothing to do with money. This is me being at his race.
Right.
I don't give a damn if I fly off the track, which I did.
Right.
Robbie Solon's run over in the feature and said, what happened? I said, I don't want to tell you. It's a little bit of pride. I had my foot on the clutch pedal instead of the brake because I wasn't used to the car. But we got that car. We raced it once. And then we looked at this one, seen it on Facebook, and I told Jennifer, I said, hey, message this guy. Let's just see. And he told us what he wanted for it. I'm like, well, that's going to have to be, wintertime. And he messaged back, said, hey, can we do some trading on modified if you want? And I'm like, let's do this. So we did. We brought her home. It sat there, and we're like, we'll just do it next year. We'll see. And then everybody's like, well, we got enough stuff to put a little V-mod motor together. Let's put it together and just see. So we did. Went out and got second or third the first night, which was ecstatic. Won my heat. Got second or third. Me and Dustin Beasley was right at the line. Either way, I was happy to be on the same lap.
Right.
The next week we went out, won the feature. We got third in the heat and won the feature, and was ecstatic that night. Like, man, I can run with these guys. These are the best around in this. So we talked to Mike. Mike's like, yeah, we want you over here, man. Come on, just let's do this. So we come over and won our heat at Butler, and was running second behind Aaron and blowed a motor up. I mean, it was just a little bitty motor, but it was fun and it was a good time.
It was nice to see you back up here.
It was nice.
Of course, as much as we've raced together, we're a race family.
Oh yeah.
But it was nice to see you back up here. I could tell once you got the cracker open around the big track, you had that big old smile.
Yeah.
It's Butler's backstretch is for the tracks I've been on, which isn't a lot, but I think Jeff can tell you too. Butler's backstretch is just, this track is so fun. It's so unique, and it's so fast on the backstretch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just close your eyes and turn left.
It's wide open.
We'll get you around there. Yeah, no, it was fun. It's fun. I like Butler. I've made a lot of laps at Butler. I've probably made as many laps as anybody there is out there at Butler.
Right here at this track.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, Jeff lives across the street from the racetrack. They don't trailer a car over here. They drive the car out of the shop.
Yeah.
Less than a quarter mile to their parking spot, and they bring the truck over, with tools, tires, and all that stuff. So, well, you bring the trailer, I guess.
Yeah.
Full of
we can
stuff.
drive. Yeah. We have driven before.
That's how close he is. So it's really hard to not race right here across the road.
It is.
So that being said, do you have plans for anywhere else in 24?
We'll be here at Butler pretty much all year. I'm sure we'll hit Nevada a few times. Wheatland's got a big race at the beginning of the year for the street stocks. We'll be there.
Yeah, there's big talk for Lucas
50.
talking about the Big Buck 50 coming back.
Yeah, I'll be there if everything,
Of course, Facebook rumors, if they get enough cars for this deal, talking about bringing them back, running them more often.
They bring them back. We'll be over there quite a bit. It's just it's a phenomenal place. You don't worry about with nothing. No drama, no crap. Just You don't want to race here, go home. Man,
Right.
They don't need the crap. They don't need your money.
Just ain't gonna deal with it.
No, and the track it's not as racy as it used to be for me back in the day, but I'm an old school driver. But it's fun. You race against a lot of high quality race cars and race car drivers.
Right.
So if you can beat them cats, you've done something. It ain't just a Joe Blow that Saturday night guy.
Right.
This dude does it for real.
So CMS will probably have their couple big street stock shows.
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna try and hit all them. We're not. I mean, over here we'll be at Butler just because it's close. We'll be here. If we're good in the championship and we can make every one of them, we'll give it a run. If not, we won't. I mean, I'm not gonna dedicate to one.
So as far as trying to win a track championship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really dedicate. I mean, you know how that is though. 4 races in, you're leading the points. I'm going for it.
And then you start watching
10 races
it,
you get in, this second year guy's kicking your ass and you're wondering why you're doing this, but he's the one over there going, you're not quitting because I want to beat you on your A game.
Right.
But,
and that's something that, so last year for 22, when you and I are fighting back and forth, for a long time we didn't pay any attention to it.
No.
Because we were having so much fun racing. And I mean, it's crazy, you know, you're leading the points and trying to coach me around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, and that's something crazy, and it impressed people around us, and that's something that I personally am proud of.
Yeah.
That we did last year was we battled like that, and the whole time along.
Yeah.
You know, you're literally leading points, starting in front of me, and before the race, coaching me how to get around you.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do. This is, you know, and that's not. I'm going to tell you, folks, if you ain't in the racing community, and if you are, you know this. People don't coach each other to beat themselves.
No.
People to beat them. People don't do that. There's lots of people that want to help you, but they don't want to help you beat them. If you're racing against them, there's a lot of that. And that's fine. That's how competitive this is.
Yeah. I mean, I always want to win, but I would sure like other people. If I know that I've helped people get better or better themselves at racing and they beat me, that means I've done my job. I almost done it too good.
Steel sharpens steel.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of guys that I've helped. You know, Josh Harris in the street stock last year was struggling. Him and Trey were trying to battle and get things set up, and you can't set one up like another guy's. You gotta kind of ask him. And I said, what do you want? He told me, he says, this car's too tight, I want to spin out. Done. When I first night spun her out, I said, you know, you're not mad, are you? He goes, nope. Now we need to get it where I need it. So we did, and he's gotten 1,000 times, just like you. You know, it's progressing better. Right. And that's good. That makes me feel better. You know, Brian Bedwell, same way. He's getting better. He just seat time. I told him, I said, man, I've done this forever. I've raced everything. I was not always fast, guys. I'm still not fast sometimes.
Right.
You struggle. You just gotta wonder if you want to keep going on or you want to give up. You know, and you just don't. That's the toughest decision.
Right.
And there's days you want to do both.
Right. Sometimes the competition's so close that it's, you know, it's this guy can just be a click faster here.
Oh yeah.
And that's all it takes. And and luck plays into it. And
sure.
You know, when luck and opportunity knock, you got to have all your nuts and bolts tight.
Yeah. Well, last year was one of them. We had a race in the Vern Claiborne Memorial.
Yep.
He was in, and we were running 4th place. Carter, Bennett, and then Jacob Hall was in front of me, and the laps are winding down. And I'm like, man, I'm 4th place, but I'm not mad. You know, these guys are fast. And we had a yellow, and I just got around Jacob Hall, and it put me in 3rd, and they had a yellow. And I don't know why Darren picked the bottom, because I think he thought he was going to trick Carter into what was coming. And I got on top, and I beat them both to the corner, and I won the race. And I've won a lot of races. I won a good one at Salina in a street stock. But that was probably one of my most favorite races, because I wasn't the fastest car on the track. I lucked into the time. I knew I was there, and they knew I was there. I just couldn't get where I needed to be there. And I ended up winning it.
Right.
And everybody was pretty happy about it. I mean, I'm sure a couple people didn't like it. You got beat, you know, that happens.
And that's the VDC Memorial win.
Yeah, in 22.
That's a huge race. For those that don't know, in the racing community, Vernon Claiborne, Andy Claiborne, Vernon's son, puts this race on.
Yes.
And a huge shout out to Andy for doing that. That is a big deal. They call it it's the VDC Memorial. They call it the Top Gun Shootout. And
It actually started way back at Adrian Speedway.
really,
Yep, when Rob Music, signed by Robbie, he had a race. And if Rob lettered your race car, you were invited to this race. And it was a huge deal. But Andy wanted to do a memorial deal for his dad. And Rob's like, well, let's do like a dash. So that's what it ended up being. It was a dash. And I think Luke Feeback won it the first time, or Tim Setzer, one of the two. And then it was just a dash every year. And then Rob Adrian was no longer there, so it wasn't no more. And Andy didn't have it for a while, and then he brought it back that year, and luckily with our class. And I think he knew that the field of cars out here, and this is going to be the race of the night. And it was every week. Every week it was race of the night. I mean, there was nights that I won by a long ways, and there was nights that I was chasing you and hoping you'd make a mistake, praying you wouldn't, because then I knew I did right, but hoping you would so I could win. But,
right, all at the same time.
Yeah.
What a wild feeling, you know, when you're going into turn one wide open beside your buddy. It's
we're going to the checkered flag, and I'm going, damn it, he beat me. And at the same time, I'm going, hell yeah!
It's everything all at once. You know,
a lot of emotions.
My first win, Jeff was the first one to me. Was it after you got me before I? Well, no, it was after.
Just got out of the pond.
Yeah,
and you're all wet. Yeah,
I told them. I said, when I win, so Mike Parker built this pond in the middle of the track, which they kind of had to. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
for water supply and runoff and everything else, drainage.
Yeah.
So when they built that pond, I said, when I win, I'm jumping in that sucker. And I damn sure did. I got out of the car and I run over there and jumped in there. It was pretty good. And then, Jeff was parked in Victory Lane beside me out of his car and right there. And that was pretty cool. Yeah. It was a great first win. That was one of them nights that luck and opportunity and when luck gets you, man, and you set her in the corner and you look and you see the guards behind you and you're gaining ground. Yeah. You just know it's your night. And those are the kind of wins I've had. I've been pretty lucky with my wins as far as the three I have. When it was my night to win, it was just my night. That night was mine to be had. The track came to the car, I like to say.
Yep. That's 22 was the same way for me. I mean, I had nights that I knew when I went out in the future, if something didn't break, I won.
Right.
And there was a few of them that was like, we're going to have to work for this dude.
You had Darren Bennett coming down racing with you a lot. He beat me. Carter
Brownsburg, Jacob Hall. I mean, them guys were fast. They were hard to handle. And the only person I didn't get to beat that year that beat me was Colt Cheevers. He won the first night, and I got second. And he never come back, so I never got a chance to.
Didn't get a chance again.
But Darren beat me, and we had some heck of races. Me and Darren did for first and second there at the end of the year in 21. And then I beat him finally, and then Jacob Hall beat me, and I beat him finally at Carter. I didn't think I'd ever beat Carter, and I finally got him a couple times, and we had some good races. But I lost people. You know, there's days I'm like, damn, I don't think I can catch Kenny tonight. Hopefully we don't put the right time. And but there was a lot of them, you know. Dustin Dennison that year was coming on pretty strong there at the end, and he done pretty good this year. There was just a lot of guys, you know. They all say, "Oh, it's Midwest Mod starter class." That's bull. I said it every time in my winner circle interview that these guys aren't no joke, man. Not a one of them. Anybody can win this thing.
Right.
Just a matter of win and the right time, you know.
It's so close a competition that it really does seem like in the class we're running, that's what I run as a Midwest Mod. It just seems like whoever's right. Yeah. You know, there's a handful of you that just win the track and the car, and that comes together that night. You're just that click faster, and and they ain't touching you.
Yep. Just one turn will make a difference.
And it's
win or lose.
Yeah, and it's just
for sure.
Of course, you get out front there and you get the pucker factor.
Oh yeah.
You know, try not to mess up and try to be smooth, but you're trying to, you know, consciously. You're like, you know, I feel like I'm going slower.
I gotta speed up. Yeah.
So
you usually don't have to.
what's so that VDC 22? That's your favorite win.
That was probably one of my favorites, just because we were behind the 8 ball a little bit on the guys, and man, I was trying. Me and Jacob Hall were going at it, and I finally got around him, but the other two got stretched out a little bit, got a few car lengths ahead, and I knew that without a yellow we didn't have a shot, and I knew Darren picked the top because he knew I was behind him, and he didn't, and I don't know why. He never. I don't know. Maybe he felt sorry for me, but I'll take it.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
But I don't think he thought that I was going to zip up on top there and go around Carter also.
Everybody needs a little luck in racing.
I'll take luck any day.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah. So, points championships. You've got 4?
4, yep. I won 2 in the 4-cylinders back in the day at Nevada, and then I won 1 over here at Butler in a street stock, and then I won this one here, 22 in the Midwest mod.
How many feature wins?
Oh my gosh. A lot. I don't know. I really don't know.
You got a little collection
Yeah,
here,
this
but
is just last year.
this ain't nothing to what's in the
This
shop.
was last year's 8 features we won last year, and then we won 3 features this year. The championship, the Vern, and then I've got a bunch at the shop. I don't know how many feature. Heck, that one year in a 4-cylinder back in the day, we won. Me and Ron Boland were the guys. You know, he was the late model, and I was the Pearson or the mini stock guy or whatever they called him. But we won like 11 or 12 that year. There was only like 3 races that we didn't win. But
Had it together.
no, it was fun. Yeah, that was a class when you're poor and you want to still race. And Dad's like, well, let's do this, and so we did.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Yeah, and sometimes it's you race what you can afford.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
if you're racing out of your budget, it's
Yeah, you're
you're not doing much racing.
No,
And
you're
if you a racer's got to race. Not too many guys can sit on the sidelines and race once a month and
No.
perform very good.
No. No, you can't. No, if you're not, you miss a month and you're behind. I don't care what class you're in. You could be in the 4-cylinder class over here, and you miss a month out and you're behind already.
Right.
You know? When I ran B mod, you know, I'd get a brand new set of shocks and new Yeoman motor, and I'm like, man, I'm top dog tonight. And shit, these shocks were 4 months out. You know, I just bought them. Yeah, they're onto something new.
Yeah, we're right.
So I mean, you just do what you can do. You know, you do what you can afford, and sponsors are awesome in this deal. You know, and it's hard to get sponsors.
Yeah.
You know, what do I get out of it deal? You know, a lot of them are just sponsors because they're buddies or they just want to help you out.
Right.
They ain't because they don't care. Ain't nobody gonna give a damn about them doing flooring or carpet, or they don't care. They're just helping you out.
Right.
And they want to. They want to help you out. They want to be seen on the car. They like that. And I like to try and keep the car the best I can. They get banged up. Try and make them look the best you can. And for the sponsors and the fans, you know, a lot of fans. If it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't do it. You know.
Right.
That's the best part. The booing or the yan.
Right.
And you get them.
Love me or hate me, you're watching.
That's right. Like they say, thank your sponsors and wave to your haters.
Right.
You know.
You got to
That's
keep
fine.
doing you.
Yep.
But it's a great feeling.
Sure.
To have people.
Sure it is.
You know, when you win a race and you crawl out of that car and you've got 40 people in the stands standing up, you know, clapping, cheering, yelling, and, you know, you might have 20 more standing up flipping you off, but that's all right. You're still standing.
We've had that. Last year at that deal, we had a few of them that didn't like me because we outran their guy, supposedly, and by about the 3rd or 4th race to the end, they were in my picture as a winner. Because then oh, hell, that guy's not as bad as I thought. He's a pretty good old boy.
Right. Take a chance to get to know me. Don't judge me by how I may go by you on the track. We might rub shoulders a little bit. I ain't trying to get into you, I swear. Just keep on racing. Race hard.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
But, you know, don't judge me when you get to know me.
Yeah.
Don't assume I'm a jerk
But that's the best part, you know. Most people, you know, it's a forgive and forget deal.
Right.
Most of them say, "I'll never forget." You'll get one day, but I'm here.
You got to race on.
Yeah,
I don't believe anybody wants to junk their stuff
me winning that race or losing that race isn't going to make my tomorrow any different.
Right.
It may make my wife a little happier if we got a little money instead of losing a little money.
Right.
And it's always great to bring home the hardware.
Right.
But it's not going to change tomorrow. It's not. You think it is.
It don't matter where you're racing, the track's going to be different next week.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's the same place, how many times you've been there, the track will be different somewhere or another.
Yeah.
So you're going to get another chance again.
Sure. You hopefully get another chance, until the day I can't do it. I'll keep doing it.
Right.
That's all I can do.
So this year jumped out with some good success with this new Camaro.
Yep.
What's your favorite car you've raced?
Man, I've had a lot of cars. This one's pretty salty. It's a pretty good ride.
Jumping right out like that.
I mean, I jumped into that Allen car, the one we won the championship in. And the first night in it, I didn't do nothing. I bought it straight from Logan Smith. I put my seat in it, and we come over here. I actually put a different body on it because I gave him his body back, and we come over here and raced it with his setup and everything, and we were bad fast. It was a good car, just for an older Allen car. It was a good car, but man, me and my dad built tons of cars that were good, but just one that I just get straight in, and it'd have to be either the Allen car or this Camaro that I got now. Because Tim Brown built a hell of a car. This is a very nice car.
I'm excited, and I think a lot of your friends and family and fans are excited.
Oh yeah.
What we've seen when you got in this car this year, right off gate.
Yeah.
And running with some of the best in the business.
Oh yeah.
In the Power I Super Stock world.
Yeah.
We have great super stock races around here, from Warrensburg to Nevada.
They're all over the place.
They're all over the place, and they are some killer racing. And to be running right there with Aaron Poe when you blow up.
Oh, I know. That's, the national champions.
Right.
That makes me pretty happy.
Right. There's something to be said of that. That guy knows what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting around a racetrack no matter where he goes.
I think he's won 3 or 4
in a row, I think.
I know for 3 for sure, but I'm not. It might be 4. But yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, we put a little motor in it just to see if we could even see the back bumper at the end of the race, and thought, man, we might have something for next year. And
something's working.
I promise you, we're going to hurt some feelings next year.
Something's working. I look forward to watching you race in 2024.
Yep.
Anything you want to say to people?
Thank everybody for supporting me and being around. And
32 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. Like I said, we've made a ton of friends just in this super stock class, and I've known these guys, a lot of them. But this last race when I blew up, I was talking to everybody. Michael Muskrat, Devin Irvin, I've known my whole life. James Niswanger, Aaron Poe, Teddy Welchmeyer, all those guys. We were back there talking. They're like, man, we wish Kircher was there. Wish you we didn't blow up. And it's like, a whole new friends, and I've known these people,
right?
But now I'm talking to them, and we're hanging out, and just talking. It's like, it's just cool, But I still got all my old friends, all my modified guys, all my people. But
it seems like them guys are looking forward to getting to race with you.
Sure,
I
think so.
Get Jeff Douty back in the street stock, and
hopefully.
Of course, they don't want you to outrun them, but
no, we're going to give it a shot. We may not do it, but we're gonna let them know we're there.
Well, I really appreciate you giving us the time and telling your story to people, so that people can kind of get to know you. The people that don't already know you, and hopefully those that do will enjoy this interview as well. And we look forward to watching you in 2024.
Can't wait.
Thanks,
sir.